What was your, I don't get paid enough for this moment at work? 1. I worked at a fast food place about 13 years ago. A lady in the drive-thru claimed she was missing a sandwich. Our policy was to ask for the bags back to verify. I asked to see the bags, 3 or 4, decent-sized order, and instead of handing them back like a civilized human being, she instantly started raging, throwing the food into the window, and cussing me out. Guess what one of the items she threw at me was? Yep, the missing sandwich. 2. I walked into the bathroom, and someone had smeared poop on literally every single surface, walls, stalls, everything except one small part of the ceiling they couldn't reach. Picasso almost made me quit, but luckily my boss told me to lock it, not let anyone else use it, and he got someone with a pressure washer to clean it up. 3. We used to be paid half salary to attend seminars related to our industry that granted professional development hours. These seminars were often at 7 a.m., held at a hotel about a 2-hour drive away from me, if I was lucky, in rush hour traffic. One day, the company announced that attending these seminars was considered to be furthering our knowledge, and therefore helping the company, so they'd no longer pay us to attend, but we were still expected to go. I said, F that, and haven't attended a single one since. I just delete the invite emails. I'm paid hourly, so taking 6 hours out of my day to drive and attend a seminar I'm not being paid for is ridiculous. When asked why I hadn't gone, I told them I had a mortgage to pay. Haven't been asked to go again since. 4. My boss insisted that everyone be at their desks at 8:30 a.m. sharp. She made me take roll on an attendance sheet and hand it to her every day. She also made me do it at lunchtime, when everyone left and came back, and again when they left at night. I had to take roll for a bunch of adults 3 times a day. I don't work there anymore. 5. I was working at Walmart as my first job as a teenager. I was floated to the garden department one day and saw a guy looking at lawn fertilizer. I walked over and asked if he needed help, and he said, "Not now, just looking at the different kinds you have." Pretty standard reply, so I said, "Okay, let me know." I walked away and swung back about 5 minutes later. The same guy had ripped open about 10 different kinds of fertilizer, dumped them all over the ground, and was rolling around in the stuff. He was also taste testing it. I called my manager because I did not want to deal with that. Security escorted the guy out of the store and called an ambulance in case ingesting the fertilizer hurt him. 6. Got change thrown in my face at work because a man was upset we didn't have meatballs. Now, if I'm working, he'll come in, see me, and immediately walk out. 7. I work in childcare. One time, we had one kid with a diaper blowout and another who puked everywhere. There were only 2 teachers, so one of us had to handle the blowout, the other had to deal with the vomit, and we both had to keep the rest of the kids away from it all. 8. I don't think you understand what a contract means. Besides, this is an opportunity for you. That's what the new manager told me when she tried to move me from my day shift weekdays to night shift weekends, despite my contract being very specific about when I worked. Hey, you were right, this is a big opportunity for me. That's how I started the conversation when I quit. The look of shock and 15 minutes of silence from her were the most satisfying moments of my entire life. 9. I was working late, 2 a.m. in the office. My manager said, "Let's go to the convenience store to buy some snacks." She sat in the back while I drove us there. After we got our snacks, she said, "Can we swing by this street intersection, real quick?" When we got there, I guess she saw a car that belonged to someone she knew, parked in front of her boyfriend's house. She started wailing, crying, and kicking around in the back seat while my bewildered self just held the steering wheel with a dumbfounded look on my face. After 20 minutes of that, we drove back to the office. I dropped her off and went home. 10. I used to work as a dental nurse. First patient of the day, a guy said he felt sick after having a local anesthetic. He looked it too. I grabbed the bin and told him to take it if he needed to vomit. He held it in his lap and then turned, vomiting down the side of the chair and all over my pants and shoes. Of course, I had to clean it up. And, of course, they wouldn't let me go home to change.